You want to learn Spanish in 2025 and you don't know where to start. I totally get it. And trust me, you are not alone. In this video, I'm going to share with you everything. The tricks, tips, resources, and the myths I wish I knew if I wanted to learn Spanish in 2025. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm Carlos. I've been teaching Spanish for over 15 years now and helped hundreds of students from all over the world to become fluent in Spanish. And along the way, I got a pretty good idea of what works and what doesn't. By the end of this video, you will have a clear roadmap to help you learn Spanish in 2025. There are 4 aspects of learning a language: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Which ones do you think are the most important? You're right, listening and speaking. Unfortunately, most people only focus on reading and writing. Now, what does learning Spanish really mean? When I talk about learning Spanish, I'm not talking about memorizing words, grammar rules, or trying to keep a streak. I'm talking about actually speaking and understanding the language. To me, that's what really matters. Being able to express yourself confidently and understand others. Learning grammar is okay. Learning vocabulary is okay. Being able to read, it's fine. Having the ability to write, it's important. But the 2 most important skills when learning a language are speaking and listening. So if you're struggling to learn Spanish or want to start your Spanish journey, this video is for you. The goal is fluency. But what is fluency? Fluency is not speaking Spanish perfectly. Speaking Spanish fast. To me, fluency is more about speaking naturally, clearly, and confidently. First of all, I want to share with you some tips that may not be the regular tips that you watch on different YouTube videos. Use the 80-20 principle. This principle says that 80% of the results come from 20% of the effort. For instance, when learning Spanish, 20% of the words are used 80% of the conversations. 300 to 600 words may be enough to travel, but at least 1,000 words are necessary for a conversation. I started learning English 25 years ago, in the year 2000. Back then, there was no Netflix, no smartphones, no language apps. My only resource was a Collins Pocket Dictionary, and I attended English classes at the Guam Community College. That was it. That was everything I had to get by. After many years, I realized that I had learned many useless words and expressions, things like by the scruff of the neck. Have you ever even heard that expression? I've never used it. So, focus on learning practical words, phrases, and verbs. You need to pick an accent. It depends on what you like or what you need. It takes time, but will help you to sound more natural. People will understand what you say, and it will help you to feel more confident. The accents from Colombia, from Mexico, from Argentina, or even from Spain are completely different. Pick one accent according to your likes and to your needs. Get a private Spanish teacher. Consider taking Spanish lessons once a week. Online, in person, the choice is yours. Why once a week? Life is busy with family, friends, school, work. Now, many people don't think about this, but learning Spanish is an investment in time and money. I recommend getting a good one from the very beginning. Book 1 or 2 lessons with several teachers and pick the best one. Some teachers even offer a free sample lesson. A Spanish teacher will help you to focus on what really matters and help you speed up the learning process. Focus on pronunciation. Pronouncing clearly and slowly is more important than anything else. People will understand what you say, and it will help you build up your confidence. Learn opposites. Learning opposites is a great way to memorize vocabulary faster. Frío versus caliente. Cold versus hot. Caro versus barato. Expensive versus cheap. Abierto, open versus cerrado, closed. Antes, before versus después, after. Learn patterns. Patterns will make your life easier and it will help you learn Spanish faster as well. Guessing the meaning of words, phrases, and sentences in context is a powerful skill you need to develop. Of course, you won't get it right always, but I'm sure that you can guess more words than you can imagine. Learn 3 to 5 new words or expressions a day. This is a simple exercise that won't take you long, but that will help you a lot. Also learn a common phrase you would use with each one of these words. For instance, if you learn the word clima, which is weather, you can also learn the sentence Me gusta el clima de Medellín. I like the weather in Medellín. This simple exercise will help you remember more. Learn connecting words and connecting sounds. Spaces between words only exist in the written language. When we speak, we connect words, letters, and sounds. That makes it sound more natural. Native Spanish speakers don't pronounce word by word. So the question, ¿Qué vas a hacer? Sounds very different when you connect the words and the sounds. People actually say, ¿Qué vas a hacer? ¿Qué vas a hacer? That's why we think that it is very difficult to understand Spanish speakers. Don't obsess about tenses. Spanish tenses can be very intimidating. They are, in my opinion, the most difficult thing in Spanish. Like I said before, learn the most important verbs, the ones you will really use. Voy, fui, quiero, tengo, necesito, etc. Be consistent. You need to commit to studying Spanish regularly. It is a process and it won't happen overnight. Read out loud. Reading out loud is a powerful way to learn Spanish because it improves pronunciation and enhances comprehension. Use different AI voice assistants. There is Bard, Bing, and ChatGPT, just to mention a few. I personally use ChatGPT. It is free and you can practice pronunciation, listening, conversation, learn vocabulary, and basically use it as your own personal tutor. AI is not perfect, and the Spanish voices in the voice assistants aren't perfect either. You don't need to write down everything you hear. Write down new and difficult words, and in parentheses, write how to pronounce them. For instance, the word ahora, where the letter H is silent, will be written this way, ahora. Learn the conjugations for I and you, in affirmative, negative, and interrogative. These are the most common conjugations. For instance, me gusta, te gusta, quiero, quieres, tengo, tienes, and so forth. You will learn the rest of the conjugations little by little. Now let's talk about some tools to learn Spanish. You know that this is the best time in history to learn a language. We have all the tools, so you only need to pick the right ones for you. Podcasts. There are many podcasts you can listen to. Listen to the ones you enjoy. Radio Ambulante is a great podcast for advanced Spanish students. Movies, shows, documentaries, etc. Again, it all depends on the kind of movies, shows, or documentaries you enjoy watching. I recommend watching movies from Pixar and Disney, or Sesame Street or Blue's Clues. These movies and shows are made for children, and they are quite entertaining as well. Music. Most people love listening to music. That makes it a great tool for learning a new language. Listen to the music you love in Spanish. Download the lyrics. Sing along. Look up the words. The Spotify lyrics are a great way to practice as well. Read in Spanish. Read books, news articles, and even street signs in Spanish. You'll be surprised how many words you know in English have different meanings in Spanish, such as montana, which is montaña, arena, which is arena. Flashcards. Use the Anki app to create flashcards and practice anywhere. Anki is a free app, and flashcards are a great way to remember new vocabulary and track your progress. Language exchanges. They are good to help you socialize and start building confidence if you are a basic student. I'm not really a fan of language exchanges because I think they lack structure. Duolingo. I get this question all the time. Can I learn Spanish with Duolingo? Well, it's okay for learning basic words and building some confidence. But I have never met anyone who became fluent just by using the app. You need a lot more than that. YouTube. YouTube is an amazing tool for learning Spanish. Just choose quality channels that provide clear, structured lessons. The downside, a lot of channels jump from topic to topic with no clear direction. Sticking with one or two YouTube channels can prevent confusion and allow progressive learning. Youglish. Youglish is a free online tool that helps users learn how to pronounce words and phrases in context by providing video examples from YouTube. It is designed for learners of all levels and supports over 20 languages. You just need to type a word or a phrase into the search bar to see a collection of YouTube videos where it is used. You can listen to the pronunciation of the word or phrase and practice repeating it. Find a language partner. Finding a language partner is a great way to learn Spanish. It is free and you can do it even online. Now, let me share with you some personal thoughts. Repetition is key. I'm sure you have heard that people overestimate what they can achieve in a month, but underestimate what they can accomplish in 6, 12, or even 18 months. This is a realistic time frame for the average learner. Confidence is a key component of learning any language. It is about small, everyday wins, like ordering food. ¿Me da un café, por favor? Can I have a coffee, please? Instead of puedo tener, which is not common in Spanish. Or, ¿dónde está el baño? Where is the bathroom? Watching a movie, listening to a podcast or a song, reading a sign in the street, and understanding some of the words can really boost your confidence. These small victories will help you believe you can do it. The more you do in Spanish, the faster the process will go. So you need to have class, do homework, listen to music or podcasts, read, watch movies or TV shows, talk to people. Quality over quantity. Learn simple, everyday expressions and vocabulary that you will start using from day one. Vocabulary that you will use in the most common situations in life. Ordering food, asking for prices, meeting people. Forget about perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. Perfect depends on each person's needs. This video is not perfect, but still, you will learn a lot from it. Get comfortable with making mistakes. Making mistakes is a key element of the process. We make mistakes every time we learn something new. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Active versus passive learning. You know that everybody recommends listening to music, watching movies and TV shows, but in a passive way. But you need to try to learn vocabulary, expressions, or correct mistakes while you do it. You need to participate actively in the process. This requires work. No magic tricks, no easy shortcuts. The game is called hard work, consistency, repetition, and time for average people like you and me. But it is totally doable. Learning a language is a process. 6, 12, or 18 months are a realistic time frame for you to get to a B2 intermediate level. In my experience, 100 to 200 hours of private Spanish lessons will get you there as well. Don't be too harsh on yourself. It is okay to forget something, to miss a day, not to feel like studying or practicing. Pick up wherever you left and start all over again. A very important thing, enjoy the process. Pick movies, music, resources, activities, apps that you really enjoy. And last but not least, be okay with boring. School, work, relationships, working out are not always exciting, fun, or interesting. Life is not always exciting, and so is learning Spanish. Just learn to be okay with that. Now, let me share with you some very common myths. You need a C1 or C2 Spanish level to speak Spanish fluently. Although C1 and C2 are the advanced levels for any language, most people speak a language with a B2 level, and that is good enough if you're just looking for fluency in normal, everyday situations, like meeting people, going out, dating, traveling, etc. A very common myth: you can't or you shouldn't translate. But guys, translating is totally normal in the beginning. Some people say that you should never translate when learning a language, but I disagree. We already speak our mother tongue, and we should use it to our advantage. You can use your native language to learn difficult topics instead of wasting time. A full language immersion. Being surrounded by the target language is a great way to learn, but it's no guarantee of success. Not everyone can afford or it is willing to travel to another country. Nowadays, you can learn Spanish online anywhere in the world, even if you don't live in a Spanish-speaking country. So by following these steps and staying consistent, you are well on your way to becoming fluent in Spanish. Remember, it is a journey, and you don't have to do it perfectly. Commit to the process, enjoy the learning, and celebrate your progress. Okay guys, I hope this video was helpful. Please share with me in the comments what has worked for you and what I missed in this video.